Good day, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for this final lecture of the Cricket South Africa Level 3 umpiring course hosted by Western Province Cricket Umpires Association. My name is Abdullah Steenkamp, and my usual batting partner this evening is Tom Mokarosi. With this being our final lecture, we will take this lecture as a revision lecture, and the format will be as follows. I will kick off and I will take us through 26 revision questions. It is going to be interactive, so I will be posting the questions on the slides. You will have a look at it, and as per our usual format, raise of hands, we will then give the opportunity to you to answer the 26 questions. After the 26 questions, I'll then hand over to Tom. Tom will then take us through some exam logistics. And then after that, we'll open the floor if there are any more questions, and we will then look at it, or any comments or questions in the chat box. So to kick off my portion, we've covered the slide last week, but just again to go over it, some exam tips. So firstly, when answering your question, write down as much of the law that is applicable to the question in the scenario. You do not have to quote the law. You do not have to write the law exactly as in the law book or verbatim. You can write it in your own words, or the person that's going to mark your paper wants to see that you know the law, you can put it in your own words, absolutely no issue. Then after putting the what the law states, then answer the scenario that you need to deal with. You'll find many of the questions they'll say the third ball of the second over. If there are balls that remains in the over, part of your answer should be how many balls remaining. These are where you score these extra marks. We're going to go through a few revision questions where they do give you a number of overs that needs to be bowled in the day. And part of the answer to the question is you need to state the number of overs remaining in the day. With your penalty time scenarios, please, step by step, break down your calcs. Don't just give the answer. A player can bowl again at 14-10. No. So all your calcs. That's where all the marks lie. If there is a dead ball scenario, mention whether the ball count as one for the over or not. If in the scenario there is a running involved and whether a batter is dismissed or not, please mention who will face the next delivery. To save a bit of time, instead of writing, will inform the captain, the fielding captain, will inform my colleague, will inform the batting captain, will inform the batters. You can just write inform and report, and you will get the marks. There are places where it tells us signal no ball or wide to the scorers if applicable. Like an example, deliberate short runs by the batters, you'll get an extra mark, or you'll get a mark if you do put in there that if there is a wide or no ball applicable, you'll signal it to the scorers. The examiner will give you a mark. And then lastly, always leave about 2 or 3 lines between answering your question. Sometimes you want to go back and add something. By adding, leaving 2 or 3 lines, you can then freely add anything that needs to be. So to kick off the revision examples, last week in an email one of the attachments, there were 26 questions that Tom emailed to you, and we ask you to, on your own, to try to answer the questions. Tonight, we will go through those answers. It will be interactive. So, as soon as the question comes up, raise your hand as per previous lectures, and we'll go through the answers. So what I'm going to do is, yes, there are 26 questions. I'm going to kick off with the calculation questions first. There's about 7 or 8 of them. And then after we do the calculation questions, then I'm going to go do the, let's say, the theory-based questions. I want us to kick off with those calc questions. It's early in the lecture. We are still fresh. I don't want us to do, numbers or calculations, at closer to the end of the lecture. I did mark the questions as per the format that Tom emailed you last week. So, like question 1 in the paper that Tom sent attached to the email last week, there are 26 questions. So, first of the calculation questions is, in a 3-day match, and T will be from 3 till 20 past 3. Western Province Colts, they are dismissed at 14:29 after facing 64.5 overs of the allotted 104 overs in the day. For 4 marks, discuss in full what in the terms of the timings, how many overs left in the day. So, Tom, do we have any hands so far?
Good day, Abdullah. Good day to all the candidates who've joined us. Yes, we've got our usual 2 hands up. The only surprise is Abi wasn't first. He was second. First up, Isanullah Danish from Afghanistan. Please unmute your microphone. Take us through example question number 1.
Hi, Tom, and hi, Abdullah, and thank you very much. So I'm coming to my answer. The tea will not be taken immediately because there is more than 30 minutes for the tea break. So there will be innings break for 10 minutes from 14:29 to 14:39, and 3 over will be deducted for the 10 minutes innings break. So 64.5 overs was bowled already. It will be round up to 65 plus the 3 overs of the innings break, so it equals 68 overs. As 104 overs to be bowled in the day, so 104 minus 64, it equals 36. So the answer is 36 overs to be bowled in the day. And also the tea will not be taken immediately. The tea will be taken at the original time, which is 15 o'clock. Thank you.
Well done, Isanullah. You've covered everything. Firstly, T from 3 till 20 past 3. The side was bowled out at 14:29, and you stated that the law says because it's 31 minutes to tea, we cannot take an early tea. We will now take a 10-minute change of innings from 14:29 until 14:39. We will take tea at the agreed time of 3 o'clock till 20 past. And the overs remaining in the day is 104 minus 65. How did I get 65? The team was dismissed 64.5 overs. So you round that up when there's a change of innings during the day, other than in the last hour. Last hour, when there's an innings change, we handle it differently. So that's how we got 65, and you need to subtract the 3 overs for the change of innings. So 104 minus 65 minus 3 equals 36 overs minimum left in the day. Well done, Isanullah. Question 2 of the calculation questions. Again, a 3-day game. T same time, 3 till 20 past. Holland Colts, they declare the innings at 14:49 after facing 68.1 overs of the allotted 104 overs in the day. For 4 marks, discuss in full in terms of timings and overs left in the day.
Abhi's got his hand up first. Abhi, please unmute your microphone. Take us through example question number 2.
All right, thanks, Tom and Abdullah. So, as Ball and Coles have declared the innings at 2:49, which is 11 minutes before the scheduled tea break. So, as per the law, if an innings ends when 30 minutes or less remains before the agreed time for tea, the interval shall be taken immediately. So, we'll take tea at 2:49 and it will end at 20 minutes past that, so that will be 15:09, and that will be considered, the innings break of 10 minutes is considered to be within that tea break. So now the remaining overs shall be 104 minus your 68, I would say. So that would be 36 overs remaining for the day's play.
Is it 68 overs or is it 69 overs?
Okay, I'm just thinking 1 second. So it should be 69 because it's 68.1, so we'll round it up. So it should be 104 minus 69, which is 35 overs remaining to be bowled for the day.
Well done, Abhi. Yeah, firstly, stating what the law say, if an innings ends 30 minutes or less before tea, we will take tea immediately. And in this scenario, the innings ended 11 minutes to tea, so we will take tea from 14:49 till 15:09. Tea shall be 20 minutes, and we will include or incorporate the 10-minute change of innings interval into our tea. And in terms of overs remaining, we start 104 needs to be bowled in the day, and we will subtract 69 overs. How did I get 69? That's 68.1. We rounded it up to the next whole number. So when there's an innings change, you should always round up. Other than in the last hour. If there's an innings change in the last hour, the law handles it differently, but we'll get to that later on. So 104 minus 69 is 35 overs minimum left in the day. And just to confirm, because the innings change happened during tea, so there will be no deduction of overs for the change of innings, because the change of innings is included in the tea break, compared to the previous question where we took a 10-minute change of innings break and then we played, I think, 21 minutes till tea. But in this scenario, we included the change of innings in the tea break, hence no overs to be deducted, those 3 overs not to be deducted. So well done, Abhi. Tom, for 2 marks, lunch in our 3-day match, Eastern Province Colts, they lose their 9th wicket. So explain the procedure. What will happen if you lose your 9 wicket just before lunch?
Abhi's hand, as always, is up first. We're going to wait for fresh hands who haven't answered questions yet. This is a great opportunity for everyone to ensure that they know how to answer these exam type questions. This is what you can expect in the Cricket South Africa Level 3 exam. Still only Abhi's hand up. We'll wait a few more seconds for someone else to attempt example question 3. I'm scrolling down, Abdullah. I'm seeing a few Western Province Cricket Umpires Association members, waiting for them patiently to lift their hands. Sandeep has got his hand up. Sandeep, please unmute your microphone. The floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Tom and Abdullah. Here is the situation is that lunch is scheduled from 12:10 to 12:50. When at 12:09, 9 wicket loss by the team. Here we extend 30 minutes from the scheduled time for lunch, and if the team taken the last final wicket, then at that time lunch will be called up. Is it right?
If the 10th wicket is not taken, what time will lunch be, Sandeep?
Lunch will be 12:39.
Okay.
Lunch taken at 12:39. Yes.
Just remember, we extended 30 minutes from the scheduled lunch break.
Lunch break, yeah.
So, what is the scheduled lunch break time?
12:10 to 12:50.
Okay, so now if we extend it by 30 minutes, what will the new lunchtime be?
Okay.
Not 12:39, but
It's 12:39. 12:09 to 30 is 12:39. Or
listen
50 to
carefully.
30.
Listen carefully, Sandeep.
Yeah, please.
We extend the scheduled lunch break by 30 minutes, not when the wicket fell. Okay. So what time is the scheduled lunch break supposed to start?
Lunch break started from 12:09 to sorry, 12:10 to 12:40 actually.
Okay, so because we're extending it from 12:10 by 30 minutes, it's going to start at?
If wickets are taken, we can resume innings 12:40. If you are not taking wicket, final wicket.
Our lunch break, Sandeep, if no wicket is taken, what time will our lunch break be?
Our lunch will actually scheduled lunch break is 12:10 to 12:50, isn't it? Then at 12:09, the last wickets taken by the team. Then now from 12:09 onwards, we add 30 minutes, isn't it?
No, I'm going to ask Ansh to attempt this one. Ansh, do you want to unmute your microphone and try?
Yes, Tom. Hi, Tom. Hi, Abdullah. So the ninth wicket falls at 12:09, and the law suggests if the ninth wicket falls within the 3 minutes to a scheduled interval, there should be a 30-minute increment. The interval should be extended 30 minutes. So the lunch will be taken at 12:40 to 1:20 past 1. And yeah.
That is unless the 10th wicket is taken.
Yes, unless the 10th wicket is taken. Sorry.
Well done, Ansh. 12:40 was the time I was looking for, Sandeep.
So just to confirm again, law tell us if a side is 9 down when we get to our lunch or our tea interval, we will delay our tea by a max of 30 minutes. We will give the fielding side the opportunity to see if they can take that 10th wicket within 30 minutes. So if they can take it within 30 minutes, we'll then take lunch as soon as they take it. But they only get a max of 30 minutes. If they cannot take it within 30 minutes, we will take lunch at 12:40. Next question, Tom, is question 7 in the question paper. So due to a slow overrate in the day, the last hour only starts in this 3-day game at 16:42. The fielding side completed 3.5 overs when it started to rain. And then play is suspended at 16:54. There's a short rain interruption. Umpires decided that play can restart at 17:07 for 4 marks. And so all your calcs. How many overs to be bowled in the last hour?
Temitope, you've got your hand up from the previous question. Would you like to attempt this particular question? If so, please unmute your microphone. Temitope has put her hand up, so we're going to wait for a new hand to come up. Abi has put his hand up. Let's see if any hands that have not answered questions will be put up for a few seconds. Okay, before we get on to that next question, Abdullah, Bradley has just put his hand up. He's just typed a question into the chat box. He says, for question 6, why should the extended lunch be taken at 12:40 and not 12:39? Because the last wicket fell at 12:09, or the ninth wicket fell at 12:09. So Bradley, I think, Abdullah, if you can go back to the answer, I just want to show what the law says. It says if either 9 wickets are already down at the agreed time for the lunch interval, or the 9th wicket falls within this 3 minutes, or at any time up to and including the final ball of the over in progress at the agreed time for the interval will not be taken at the end of the over in progress, but 30 minutes after the originally agreed time for the interval. So the originally agreed time for the interval is 12:10. 30 minutes after that is 12:40. So it's pretty simple. You are letting the time that the 9th wicket fell, you're letting it confuse you. Because imagine if the 9th wicket fell at 11:30. Are you now going to extend from 11:30 and take lunch at 12? No, you're not, because the lunch break is only scheduled for 12:10. So if you reach the scheduled lunch break and you are 9 wickets down, never mind when the 9th wicket fell, you will not take lunch at 12:10. You will take lunch 30 minutes later than the scheduled time, which is 12:10 plus 30 is 12:40. Bradley, I hope that makes sense. And just don't worry about what time the 9th wicket fell. Okay. Temitope, I see you've put your hand up. Are you able to take on question number 7 for us? Please unmute your microphone and go ahead.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Hi.
The start hour for this, the start hour for this game is 16:42. That's the start hour, and as at the completion, there was 3.5 overs bowled. And the law says for the last hour, we have to play a maximum of 20 overs for last hour. And in this situation, the rain started. We left the field at 16:54. And the umpire concluded that the game is starting at 17:07. So period between 16:54 to 17:07, that's 12 minutes. So that means there was no play for 12 minutes. So for we to get our calculation, the 12 minutes for the rain interruption divided by 3, that's the minutes to get the overs. 12 divided by 3. That's 4 overs. So then it says the over at start of the last hour minus over for the interruption minus the amount of balls that has been bowled. That means 20 minus 4 minus 3.5. It gives us 12.1. So that means the play will resume at 17:07 and they will be bowling 12.1 overs.
Tope, just check your calculations again. From 1654 to 1707, how many minutes is that?
Oh, that's 13. Sorry, I missed that.
Okay.
That's 13. So 13 divided by 3, that's 4.33. And now we'll be omitting the points behind. We need just the whole number for that. Yeah. So that's 20 minus 4. 20 minus 4, yeah?
Yeah.
Still 4. So 20
Yes.
minus 4 minus 3.5. So that's 12.1 overs is what they'll be bowling at the start of the game after the interruption at 15:07.
Well done.
So to go through the answer, last hour will be from 1642 till 1742. It started to rain at 1654 until 1707, and that is 13 minutes. We need to convert the 13 minutes to overs, and we divide 3 into 13. We get 4.33. We will round down, or we'll ignore the fraction because we always want to play more cricket. So 20 minus the 3.5 overs that was bowled minus the 4 that we lost due to the rain is 12.1 overs minimum to be bowled in the last hour. Well done, Timitope. Next, a last day of a 4-day match at Newlands. Last hour started at 16:30. After 3 overs and 2 balls were bowled, the home team, Western Province, is dismissed at 16:44 for 5 marks. So, all your calcs, how many overs still left in the last hour?
We've got Abby's hand up. We're going to wait a few seconds for any hands that have not yet answered a question. Please, ladies and gents, this is your opportunity to test yourself. Rather get the answer wrong here than during your exam. Doesn't look like anybody is willing to try except for Abby, our committed candidate. Abby, please unmute your microphone and take us through question number 8.
Thanks, Tom and Abdullah. So last hours.
Abby, we seem to have lost you. Your microphone is still on, but I can't hear anything.
Left. We'll round up to the next whole number, which is 17.
Abby, we lost you for about 10 seconds. If you don't mind starting from the start.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think there was some problem. Sorry about that. Yeah, so when the innings ended at 16:44, there were 3 overs and 2 balls bowled. So the overs remaining to the ball were 20 minus 3.2, which is 16.4. So we'll round up to the next whole number, which becomes 17. And then we'll deduct 3 overs for the change of innings, which would be 17 minus 3. That is 14 overs minimum. This is based on the overs remaining. So we'll do the second calculation based on time remaining. So that would be, so we have 14:30 to 15:30 is the last hour. So 17:30, sorry, 4:30 to 5:30. 17:30 minus your 16:44. So that would be 46 minutes remaining. So 46 by 3 would be 15.33 overs. And we'll add 1 over for every part of 3 minutes remaining. So that would be 16 overs. So looking at the greater of the two calculations, we'll have 17, greater of 16 and 17 is 17. So we will have to bowl a minimum of 17 overs. Is that all, or did I miss something?
Abdullah, I wasn't following, so if you can maybe just give us an update.
Yeah, he was breaking up, but there's definitely some calculation error in your calcs, Abhi. Let me
Okay.
take you through the answer. So it's always good, Abhi, to start by saying what the law say. So if there's an innings change of innings in the last hour, two calcs to be made. After doing the two calcs, the greater of the two answers, that will be the minimum number of overs remaining in the last hour. So there's already a point for you.
Yes. Yeah.
Then your first calc is a calc based on overs remaining. So last hour is 16:30 till 17:30. We know 20 overs minimum needs to be bowled. So when the innings ended, write down how many overs left in the last hour to the ball. And in this case was 16.4. Then you need to round it up to the next whole number. And then this is the step that you missed, Abhi. You need to deduct 3 overs for the change of innings.
Oh yeah, I told that, Abdullah, but at the end I forgot that. Yeah. So when I write it, I'll know that, but I just couldn't recollect.
Yeah. So
yeah, I told that 14 overs I told, but at the end I put in 17. But when I write it, I'll know what I wrote it. So
okay, so that's why it's important write down step by step, because if you do make an error right at the end, you can still get the other marks because the evaluator will see how you got to your answer. Sometimes it's just a simple mistake at the end.
Yeah, I did it mentally, so I just forgot the 14. So I didn't write it down anyway. So,
yeah, but I thought I heard you said 17, 16. And you took 17. I thought that's what you said your final answer is.
Because I forgot about the deduction of 3, which I did earlier when I told, but I forgot. When I write it, I'll see which one, which number.
So the answer to your overs base calc is 14 overs minimum. But this is only half the calc done, because there's also a calculation based on time remaining. And at the end of the innings, which was 16:44, so from 16:44 till 17:30, when the last hour ends, that's 46 minutes. Then you still need to deduct 10 minutes for the change of innings, and you're left with 36 minutes. And then you take 36, you divide it by 3, and you get 12 overs. So your answer to your time-based calc is 12 overs. So you need to use the greater of the two, and the greater of the two answers is 14. So 14 overs minimum to be bowled in the last hour. Next example. Now we get to penalty time. We kick off by showing you the times for the day. Play starts at 10. We play till 12:20. We then have a 40-minute lunch break. From 1300 till 15:20, we'll take a 20-minute tea, and then from 15:40 till 6 o'clock is close of play. Drinks break will be taken midway through the session. So midway in the morning session, there will be a 4-minute drinks break. So these are the timings for the day, and this you need to take into account when answering the penalty time question. So the opening bowler of Team A pulls a hammy at 10:14. Physio comes on, gives some treatment. Player then leaves at 10:16. After lunch, it starts raining and all the players leaves the field at 13:30. While everyone is off the field for rain, the opening bowler comes to you in person and inform the umpires at 2 o'clock that umpires, I am fit again to take the field. The rain stopped and umpires decided that 14:30 play can resume. The opening bowler then takes the field with the rest of his team at 14:30. Fielding captain asks you what time can the opening bowler bowl for 8 marks. Show us what time the opening bowler can bowl.
Our two usual hands are up.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give the candidates some time to read and absorb, and hopefully we get a fresh hand to take us through this penalty time calculation question. Still a lot of Western Province Cricket Umpires Association members lurking in the shadows, Abdullah. They've left their virtual hands at home, or they've left them in the level 2 course, perhaps.
Don't be shy later on, Tom. Don't be shy to name a few to answer some of the questions.
Yeah, we've still got plenty of questions.
There's still lots of questions. There's 26 in total, Tom. We only covered about 5 now.
Correct. Okay, we'll go with Isanula. His hand was up first. Isanula, please unmute your microphone and take us through this question.
Hi Abdullah, hi Tom, and hi everyone. I want to come to my answer. His penalty time will be counted from 10:16 because he left the field at that time. So lunch is at 12:20. So at lunch he has 124 minutes. So in this 124, as we have a drink break in the midway of the each session, so 4 minutes of drink will be deducted from his penalty time. His penalty time will be left at 120 minutes. 120 minutes loss is that maximum penalty time for a player is 90 minutes. So we will count it at 90 minutes. After lunch, match started on time on 13 o'clock, and at 13:30 it started rain. So another 30 minutes he was also absent. So we can't add any time because he has already the maximum penalty time of 90 minutes. So at 14, he informs the umpire that he is fit. So now the serving time started at 14. To 14, another 60 minutes to his penalty time. At 13th, it started to rain, and at 14, he informs the umpire that he is fit. So he informs the umpires that he is fit. As play resume at 14:30, we will deduct these 30 minutes from his penalty penalty time, 90 minutes. Also, it will left 60 minutes. So T started at 15 to 20. From 14:30 to 15:20, it is from 14:20, from 14:30 to 15:20, it is 30, it is 50 minutes. It is 50 minutes, so he was 60 minutes on him, so 10 minutes left on him. From 15:20, from 15:20, it is T. It is T to 15:40. So from 14:40, another 10 minutes, he can bowl at 15:50 now. The answer is that he can bowl after 15:40, after lunch, and after 15:50 he can bowl. After tea. After tea and after 15:50 he can bowl. Am I right, Abdullah?
Well done, Isinula. That's 8 out of 8 marks. You've covered everything. You took us through step by step how you got to the answer. But in the beginning, yes, importantly, the clock only starts from 10:16. But you good to mention that from 10:14 till 10:16, those 2 minutes that the player got treated, that's seen as extenuating circumstances, and we'll take that into account when we calculate the team's over rate. So he left the field at 10:16, and we know there was a drinks break at 11:10, and drinks break don't count for against the bowler. So if we take the amount of time that he owes up until lunchtime, it is 66 minutes. So then at lunch, in total he owes us 120 minutes. So we took lunch from 12:20 till 1300, and that 40 minutes don't count for against the bowler. Play restarted at 1 o'clock, but he only returned to the field at 13:30. So this is another 30 minutes of penalty time. But as you correctly said, maximum penalty time is 90. So even though he accumulated more than 90, about 150 minutes, 90 is the max penalty time that he needs to serve. 13:30 till 1400 was an unscheduled break. That doesn't count for against the bowler. So the there was no one on the field. There was no play in progress. The definition of penalty time is playing time that a player is not on the field. So the injured bowler personally informed the umpires at 2 o'clock that he is fit again. So now the clock can start from 2 o'clock. And with play resuming at 14:30, we can take that 30 minutes into account of the unscheduled break and subtract it from any penalty time that he owes. So 90 minus 30 is 60 minutes of penalty time that he owes at 14:30. We know T was at 15:20. So play with the players on the field from 14:30 till 15:20. That's 50 minutes of penalty time that this injured player served. So if he owed 60 minutes in total, we can subtract that 50 minutes that play was in progress up until T. So at tea time, this player owes us 10 minutes. So with PT being a 20-minute break, this don't count for against the bowler. So after tea, he still needs to wait 10 minutes before he can bowl, so he can bowl again at 15:50. Next one, Tom. Last hour starts at 1700. After 3.5 overs, it starts to rain, and players leave the field at 5:15. Umpires decides that play can resume at 13:32. So for 4 marks, so how many overs left in the last hour? But this is only the first part of this question, because there are more that happen. So let's kick off. Let's get an answer to our first part of the question, Tom. So for 4 marks, in your hands, how many overs to be bowled in the last hour after the rain interruption?
No hands yet, Abdullah. We'll just give the candidates a few moments to figure this out, and hopefully we'll get a new hand who hasn't yet answered a question. 2 usual hands are up. We'll just wait a few more seconds. No new hands. We're going to go with Temi Tope. Please unmute your microphone and take us through example question number 24, the first part of this.
Good evening once again. So because the play started at 17 o'clock, then by 17:15 we are leaving the field. So the umpire checks for the weather and the ground is good to play at 17:32. So from 17:15 we left the field to 17:32. We're outside for 17 minutes. So now we have to convert the 17 minutes into over. So then 17 divided by 3, that's 5 point something. Then we omit the point because we need to play more cricket. So now we are dealing with 5. So because the last hour says we must bowl a maximum of 20 overs, that's 20 overs minus the 5 overs that was lost due to rain, minus 3.5 overs that was bowled. So this one is that's 20 minus the 5, that's 15 minutes. 15 minutes minus 3.5 overs that was bowled. So then we have 12.1. We have 11.1 overs to be bowled.
So well done to
Just a small point of correction, Timmy Tope.
yeah.
It is a minimum of 20 overs that need to be bowled in the last hour, not a maximum. Okay, but
Okay.
well done.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah. So well done, Timitope. Let's go through the first half of this question. So yes, we lost 17 minutes. We need to convert that 17 minutes to overs. So 17 divided by 3 is 5.66. We need to round down. We want to play more cricket. So 5 overs lost. And the overs that was bowled was 3.5. So overs remaining was 20 overs at the start of the last hour, minus the 5 overs that we lost, minus the 3.5 overs that was bowled, and we left with 11.1 overs minimum. And this is the first half of the question. The second half of the question, and for 6 marks, and this is still the same game, still the same last hour. So now play resumed at 17:32. And we know we need to bowl 11.1 overs. Now the question tells us, when play resumed at 17:32, and after we've completed the over, so we had to bowl 11.1 when play resumed at 17:32. We've now completed the over, and then after completing that over, or after completing that one ball, a further 2.3 overs are bowled to the batting team, and they dismissed at 17:40. So now, so all your calcs, how many overs remaining in the last hour for 6 points?
Our usual suspects have their hands up, Abdullah. Just going to wait for a few moments to see if there are any new hands who would like to attempt this question. Bradley Crotts, first Western Province Cricket Umpires Association member for this evening.
Woohoo!
Please unmute your microphone and take us through the second half of this question.
Good evening, everyone. I'm gonna try. So 11.1 I said is left for the day. So from 17:32 up until 17:40, we bowled 2.3. So additional 11.1 plus 2.3, that's 13.4. Just keep that in mind, 13.4. Then from 20 to 6 till 6 o'clock, that's 20 minutes. So you divide that by 3 minutes. So it equates to 6 point something. I don't have a calculator, sorry. So it's 6 plus your, I think 13.4. 13.4 plus 6 gives you 19.4. 19.4. So it is it 2 balls left? Am I right? If I'm correct. Yes.
Okay, Bradley, when there is a change of innings in the last hour, we need to do 2 calculations. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
An overs-based calculation and a time-based calculation.
Okay, I thought we are gonna do the time afterwards with because he did the first part, and then the first part we need to do the time, and then the second part is also the overs time, and then the third and fourth will also be will be done separately? Or must I do the time as well with this one?
Okay, I think we need to try the overs based calculation again. Let's take it step by step. So we know that there were 11.1 overs remaining. And what you need to do is you need to subtract. I heard you were adding. Okay. So we need to say firstly, after the completion of the over. Okay. So that means that now only 11 overs are left because that 0.1 was completed. Sorry, at that 0.1 we bowled 5 deliveries. Sorry, we had 11.1 remaining, so that 0.1 was completed. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 11.1 remained. Yeah.
Okay, so that's our starting point. Minus 2.3.
Okay, so that's you. That's 7 point. That's 8.8. So that's
Okay,
8.8.
okay, we can't have 0.8. There's only 6 deliveries in an over.
Oh, sorry, 2.3, 11.1. So
Okay, so forget about the 0.1 because we've said after the completion of the over. So now there's only 11 overs remaining. Okay.
we know the fraction. So 2.3 was bold.
Mm-hmm.
So we subtract. There's 9 left.
Okay. So
Would
law
we?
says, so law tells us that in the last hour, when we are doing our overs calculation, we will say 11 minus 2.3 gives us 8.3. But we want to play more cricket, so we're going to round that 8.3 up to 9 overs remaining. Okay. And then we have a change of innings. How many overs do we reduce
Yes,
in the
that's it.
last?
Vishali, that's that we must deduct.
Yeah,
So
how
that
many?
will give 6 overs left, right? Then we resume play at 20 to 6. So 6 o'clock. So that is in 20 minutes left divided by 3 minutes per over. So that would give you 6.3 or 6.6. But we round it off to 6 over. So it looks like everything has been completed. There's no overs left.
No, we need to. The question is asking us at 17:40, how many overs are remaining in the last hour? So
At 7
we've done one calculation. We've done the overs calculation. We got to 6 overs. Now we're doing the time-based calculation. And you said we've got 20 minutes left, which is correct. Divided by 3 gives us 6.66. What do we do with that 6.66? Do we
So
round
that's
it?
6 overs.
Do we round it up or do we round it down?
We want to play. We want to play more. I think we round it down.
No, you gave the answer. You gave the correct answer. We want to?
We want to play more cricket, so it's gonna. Okay, we round it up to 7.
Correct. So now we've got 2 answers. The overs based calculation gave us 6 overs.
Tom, Tom, there's a step that you missed in the time-based calc. So at 17:40, there are
Yes.
20 minutes left in the last hour. That's the first step. Then there's another step.
The 10 minutes for the
Deduct the
change
10
of
minutes for the change of innings, yes.
Okay.
But we did that before that. Prior to that, we deducted from the 9 overs minus the 3.
That was the overs based calculation, Bradley.
Oh, that wasn't the innings change.
We need to do it in both calculations. Okay, do you understand the concept of two calculations in the last hour if there's a change of innings? An overs-based calculation, which is different to a time-based calculation.
So we did the overs one now, right? And so
Yes.
the other one is the time. So we resumed at 1732. So 1732 meaning there's 28 minutes left for the day, right? And then there was an innings change of 10 minutes. 28 minus 10 is it 18? And then also the 3 overs.
Bradley,
Also additional 10.
Bradley, the innings
Right?
change was at 1740.
1740 till 1750.
That's correct.
So that is additional 10 minutes.
Yeah.
When now that is 8 minutes. Sorry, 1730 to that's 8 minutes till 1740. And then the innings
Bradley,
change another 10.
sorry, Bradley, ignore the 1732. The innings change happened at 1740. How many, using the time left, how many overs do we have remaining in the day using the time left from 1740?
20 minutes.
Okay. The first 20 minutes, the first 10 minutes, what happens?
The innings change.
Okay. So then how much playing time do we have left now?
10 minutes.
Okay. Now what do we do with those 10 minutes?
5 by 3. So that's 3.3. So it's
That's
3 overs left. So the greater is I think the 7 overs.
okay. Just remember 10 divided by 3. What's the answer?
3, I think.
It's 3.33. Okay. What do we do when there's a fraction in the last hour?
Ignore the fraction.
We want to play more cricket, so we
round it up to
That's
4.
correct. So your answer to the time-based calculation is 4 overs. We need to compare it to the overs-based calculation. The answer was 6 overs. So which one are we going to choose?
The 6, which is the greater.
There we go. Abdullah, I think we finally got to it.
Yeah, yes. So well done. Well done for the
Sorry.
attempt, Brad. Well done. So we went through the first part. So I'm not going to go through that again. We got to 11.1. Now we're going to the second part, which is when play restarted at 1732, we completed the over. So we bowled that one ball. So now we have 11 overs left. And then they say a further 2.3 overs were bowled when the side was dismissed at 1740. So now we know when there's a innings change in the last hour, 2 calcs needs to be made. We'll compare the 2 answers, and the greater of the 2 answers, that will be our minimum number of overs to be bowled in the last hour. Our first calculation is a calc based on overs remaining. There are 3 steps. So when the innings ended, we started with 11, then 2.3 were bowled. So 8.3 overs were left when the innings ended. The next step is, if this is not a whole number, please round it up to the next whole number, which is 9. And then the last step here is deduct 3 overs for the change of innings. And our answer to the overs based calc is 6 overs minimum. But this is only half the answer. We now need to do our time based remaining calc. So time remaining in the last hour is 20 minutes from 1740 when the innings ended till 6 o'clock, 20 minutes. We need to deduct 10 minutes for the change of innings, and we're left with 10 minutes. 10 divided by 3 is 3.3. Want to play more cricket, so we round up. And we need to use the greater of the two. So the answer to our overs-based calc was 6. The answer to our time-based calc is 4. Obviously, 6 is greater. So 6 overs is the minimum number of overs left in the last hour. So, Tom, thank you. This is the calculation section of the revision questions. We're now going to move over to the theory part of the revision questions. Let me just take a sip of water. So, Tom, question 4 on the list of 26 questions that you mailed to the candidates last week. So this is question 4. So in the last over of a T20 match, batting side needs 17 to win. Striker, who's the number 4 batter, and he's batting with the number 10 batter, hits the ball to long on, and they start running. At the bowler's end, striker turns 1.6 meters short. Look at the pic below. This is what the striker did when he turned. And he turned and he ran back to the striker's end, and both batters make good their ground. For 5 marks, what action will you do as the bowler's end umpire?
We've got 2 hands up, Abdullah. They've both previously answered questions. Just going to wait a few more moments for any new candidates to answer questions. Otherwise, we will go to the first hand up. We'll give it to the first hand up. Ansh Shimpi, please unmute your microphone and take us through this scenario.
Thanks, Tom. Okay, so this will be counted under deliberate short runs. So the bowler's end umpire shall disallow all the runs and return any not out batsman to their original ends. And then he should signal if there is any wide or any no balls if applicable. And he should signal short runs to the scorers and award 5 penalty runs to the fielding side and inform and report. That's all.
Sounds good, Ansh.
Yeah, definitely good. We'll go through the memo. There's 1 or 2 points that you could have added. This point you left out, award any other 5 penalty run that's applicable, except for the ball hitting the protective helmets belonging to the fielding side. And always in the question, if they do give you the amount of balls or the number of runs, here they do put batting side needs 17 to win when this happened. So because 5 penalty runs were given to the fielding side, batting side will now require 22 runs to win this game. But well done. Tom, question 5. Striker hits the ball to mid-wicket and they start to run. At the instant of the mid-wicket fielder's throw to run out for the run out at the bowler's end, the batters are level, Tom. So they level, meaning they did not cross here, Tom. The ball then misses the stumps and goes over the deep extra cover boundary just as the batters completed the 3rd run. Discuss and explain the procedure to follow for 3 marks.
Usual suspect hands are up, Abdullah. Gonna wait a few seconds for any new hands. This is for only 3 marks, not a difficult example. A easy opportunity to get the confidence up for anyone who hasn't yet answered a question. But doesn't seem like we're going to have a new hand, so we'll ask Abi to unmute your microphone and take us through this scenario.
Thanks, Tom and Abdullah. So when mid-wicket fielders throw for the run out at the bowler's end was made, as the batters were level and they had not crossed, so that particular run will not be counted. And as it goes over the boundary and deep extra cover, only 4 runs will be awarded to the team. So it will be just 4 runs, and then the striker for that delivery will still remain at his end and will take strike for the next delivery.
Good.
So let's cover what the law say with regards to overthrows or a willful act. So if a boundary gets scored from the overthrow, any runs for penalties to be scored, runs completed by the batters to be scored, the boundary obviously to be scored, run in progress also to be scored if they crossed at the instant of the throw. In this scenario, the batters did not cross. So only the 4 runs to be scored. You need to, the question says the batters completed the 3rd run, but the throw came in the 1st run, and at the instant of the throw, they were level, meaning they didn't cross. So now you need to make sure that you send the batters back to their original ends. So well done, Abi. Tom, the next question is, and we're going to look at a video. So look at the video. The bowler's bowling from behind the umpire. What action will you as bowlers in umpire take? So let's just have a look at the video, Tom. As you can see, the bowler's bowling from about 1.5 meters behind the umpire for 4 marks. Will you take any action as bowlers in umpire?
Abdullah, we've got a new hand up.
Woohoo!
Veronique from Rwanda. Please unmute your microphone and take us through this bizarre scenario.
Thank you, Tom. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
On this video, the bowler, first of all, the bowler has to bowl way in front of the bowler's end umpire, and in this case, as we see, it shows that this bowler did not even ask the bowler's end umpire to go behind if he's on his way. So the procedures to be followed is first of all, this ball has to be called dead ball because we don't know whether he has bowled in a proper bowling action or the back foot that touched the return crease. So we have to call it dead ball and inform the captain. And if he does it again, we have to penalize him for time wasting. Thank you.
Good.
Well done, Veronique. So yes, umpire is not sure whether the ball was fairly delivered, so we need to call and signal dead ball immediately. That ball not to count, needs to be rebowled. And we'll tell the bowler, if you're going to bowl it again, we will give the fielding side a warning for time wasting. Well done. Next one, Tom. Day number 1 of a 5-day test match between South Africa and the Windies. You, the bowlers in umpire, call play at 10 o'clock. Kagiso Rabada opens the bowling for the Proteas, runs in to bowl the first ball of the match. But as he runs in, takes about 2 steps, the heavens open and it starts to rain. And you stop Rabada from bowling that first ball. You get the ground staff to bring on the covers. So not a single ball was bowled on day 1. Play then starts on time on day 2. The Windies then gets dismissed for 367 in their first innings. What would the West Indies need to restrict the Proteas to in order to enforce the follow on for 2 marks and give a reason?
We have got a new hand, Abdullah. Francisco Bess, please unmute
Hey,
your
hello,
microphone
Bessie.
and take us through the scenario.
Hi, evening, everybody. Yeah, let me try this one. Because it's a 5-day match, because play was called on the morning of the 5th day. The maximum lead that West Indies would need is 200 to enforce the follow-on. So they would have to restrict South Africa to 166 or less to enforce the follow-on.
Minimum lead required is 200, so it's 167 or less.
167 or less.
Yes, Bessie.
Yeah, so well done, Bessie. Even though not a single ball was bowled, but play was called, Babada started his run up, and the law say we'll see that as play deemed to have taken place on day 1. So that means the follow on number for a 5-day test match will stay 200. And with West Indies scoring 367, if you deduct 200 from it, they need to restrict South Africa to 167 or less if they want to enforce the follow on.
Abdullah, I have a small doubt here, if you can.
Go ahead, Abid.
Yeah. So what if the umpire says play, but the bowler has not taken their run up?
As soon as you call play, the over has started for in this particular
Okay.
law, so
Okay.
you'll see it as play being taken. So under
Okay,
the
perfect.
under the follow-on law, play is the important one, not whether you take a step or not.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's what I wanted to know. Even if the bowler has not taken the run
Yeah.
up, it'll still count.
If you didn't call play, that's a different issue. But play under
Yeah.
this law is the important thing that needs to happen.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Abdullah. Yeah.
Next one, Tom, is question 10 in the questions that were provided last week. It's the Deputy Sama Mancat. So for 6 marks, here you need to answer the appeal and you need to quote the relevant law in why you giving it out or not out. So let's just have a look at the video just to refresh our memory. We saw this not too long ago. So we'll see the replay now. So you need to quote the law. What does the law say when it comes to the bowler running out the non-striker? And then you need to also give your answer whether you're going to give the non-striker out or not. Any hands, Tom?
Yes, we've got hands, Abdullah. I'm just waiting to see if there's any new hands that will give this one a go. Doesn't look like it at the moment, so we'll give Veronique a second opportunity to answer. Vero, please unmute your microphone and take us through this appeal.
Unfortunately, I wasn't around when you talked about this, but I will try to respond it as I know. So far, when the bowler can only run out in a striker. First of all, if the hand holding the ball did not reach the upper, what is this? Her arm or his arm did not reach the upper in her delivery and her bowling delivery did not
The
reach
expected
up.
point of delivery.
Yes, expected point of delivery. Thank you very much. Second, he or she has to stay behind the popping crease. For this particular scenario, she has gone past the popping crease. That means she doesn't have the right to do the man carding. So for me, I'll call it not out, and I'll give the explanations as I gave them like right now. Thank you.
Okay, Abdullah, can we give Abi a chance to give his opinion on that appeal
Yes,
before
Tom.
you give us the answer? Abi, please unmute your microphone. The floor is yours.
Yeah, thanks, Raman Abdullah. So, as per me, and as per the law, I would say, so I think this is out because from what I saw in the video, Deepthi did not actually bring her arm to the point where she was expected to deliver the ball. So even before she raised her arm to deliver the ball, she stopped and broke the wicket fairly and catching Charlie Dean outside her crease. So as per the law, it should be out.
Is it a problem that she stepped past the popping crease, Abi, or is it not a problem?
I don't see that as a problem, Tom. That's what I feel.
Okay, good answer. So, Vero, I'll take you back to the lecture when we went through this video. If a bowler has not entered their delivery stride and goes past the popping crease, then the window of opportunity to affect a run out of the non-striker will close. But in Deepti Sharma's case, she went through her delivery stride. You can see that she jumps up as a bowler is expected to do before passing the popping crease. Therefore, the window of opportunity had not closed because she had entered her delivery stride before she passed the popping crease, and she did not go past the expected point of release in terms of her arm. So the window of opportunity was still open for Deepti Sharma to run out the non-striker. And when she put the wicket down fairly, then the non-striker was out of her ground, therefore out, a run out. Thanks, Dula.
Thanks, Tom. Yeah, so just to quickly recap what the laws say, you can run out, the bowler can run out the non-striker from the moment the ball comes into play, i.e. the moment the bowler gives that first step. From that moment, the window period opens and it only closes when the bowler goes past the normally expected point of release. In this case, it did not go past the normal release point. That's why this run out is fair, and the correct decision was to give the non-striker out run out. Next one, Tom, another video. Have a look at the video, and for 4 marks, there's a huge appeal. You need to answer the appeal and state your reasons why you're giving it out or not out. What I want you to focus on is just look, the ball goes, the bowler delivers the ball, it goes into the hands of the keeper. The keeper then tosses it to first slip. I'll just replay it. Just look. Keeper tosses it to second slip, sorry. And second slip then has a side at the stumps and hits it, and there's an appeal for run out. Give your decision and reasons why you're giving it out or not out.
Our 2 usual hands are up. Abdullah, in the interest of time, I will go with the first one. Isanula, please unmute your microphone and take us through the answer to the scenario.
Hi Tom, hi Abdullah. In my opinion, it is out because the ball is not dead and he is out of the ground. So the ball is not settled in the hand of wicketkeeper or a fielder or a bowler. So it is not dead. The ball is still in play and he is out of the ground. So he can be run out. If he's going for run or not, when the ball is in play and the batter is out of his her ground, he will be out as run out.
Abdullah, we've got a new hand up. Tosif Patel, please unmute your microphone. Do you have a different view of this scenario?
Good evening, everyone. Abdullah and Tom. In this scenario, batter is not run out because the ball went to the keeper's end, and the law saying when ball raised into the keeper's end, ball become a dead, and he passed to the second fielder to the pass to the bowler. Then second slip fielder see the batter is out of his crease, he just throw the ball. But before he just throw the ball is already dead. Therefore, batter is not run out.
Are you happy with that, Abdullah?
Yeah, let's look at the answer, and we first start with the law. When the ball is finally settles in the hands of the keeper or the bowler, the ball becomes dead. That's a decision for the umpires to make. Also, the law tells us the ball to be considered dead when it's clear to the bowlers in umpire that the fielding side and both batters at the wicket sees regards the ball as being in play. In this scenario, because the keeper passes the ball to second slip, the wicket keeper has considered that ball to be dead. So at that point, and both batters also considered the ball to be dead, therefore non-striker is not out because ball was dead as soon as keeper passes that ball to the second slip fielder. If the keeper tried to throw the ball at the stumps, you could have considered it. But the moment the keeper passes it to whether it's first slip or second slip or third slip, keepers consider that ball dead, so that ball should be dead. Hence, this run out should not have taken place. Next one, Tom. Left arm spinner bowls a full length ball. Striker hits the ball in the air against the helmet worn by the silly point fielder. The ball then goes into the air straight to the cover fielder who catches the ball without touching the floor. Ball didn't make contact with the ground. The cover fielder then sees the informed batter, let's say maybe the Villiers at the non-striker. And AB was short of his ground, throws the ball at the non-striker's end and hits the stumps with the non-striker short of his ground. Huge appeal. Answer the appeal and quote the relevant laws.
Two hands up who have answered questions before. Abdullah? I'm going to wait a few seconds to see if there are any hands from any candidates who haven't answered yet, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. So we will give this question to Tebog Patushe. New hand, welcome. Please unmute your microphone and take us through this scenario.
Good evening, Tom. Good evening, Abdullah. Good evening, everybody. Let me try this. So currently now, we see that the ball did hit the silly point and then it was caught by the cover fielder. Even though the ball was caught and then the cover fielder tried to run out the AB de Villiers, which was out of his ground, who will be out? It will be the striker that hit the ball and it was caught. Because according to the law, the bowled is the one that is superior, and then caught will be the one that would follow, and any other dismissal would follow thereafter. So therefore, the batter that struck the ball that got caught, then would have been out.
Good. Trevor, happy with that?
Tom, I just want to add one line actually regarding that.
Go for it, Sandeep.
Yeah. If it is no ball, then run out will be yes. So fielder can run out the non-striker.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Now here, yeah, yes. Here is tag.
Yeah, if a striker cannot be out caught of a no ball, so if it was a no ball, then the non-striker would be out, run out. But this was a fair delivery, so the striker is out caught. Thanks, Trevor. Thanks, Sandeep.
Next one, another video, Tom. What they need to answer is what signals the bowlers in umpire to make. Look at it again. You, the bowlers in umpire, what signals will you make?
3 hands up, Abdullah. Usual suspects. I'm going to wait a few seconds for any new hands. This is a very simple scenario that anyone wishing to build up some confidence can answer for us. There are no new hands. I will go with the candidate who has answered the least questions so far. Tosif Patel, please unmute your microphone and take us through the scenario. Which signals should the bowlers and umpire make?
Good evening, everyone. In this scenario, bowlers and umpire can call a no ball and then immediately call a dead ball because ball is bounced twice. So therefore is no ball and batter is out of his wicket to play the ball. That's why we can call immediately dead ball.
Very good.
Next one, Tom. Well done, Tosif. Fast bowler delivers a slower ball bouncer to the striker. Striker moves deep into the crease to play a cut shot. As the striker attempts to hit the ball, the bat clips the off bail and the bail falls to the floor. As the fielding side's appealing, the strikers in umpire calls no ball because there are more than 3 fielders on the leg side. Answer the appeal and give reasons why you're giving out or not out.
Two usual suspects, Abdullah. Just going to wait a few seconds to see if there are any new hands who would like to answer this question. No new hands, so we'll go to Abi. Abi, please unmute your microphone. The floor is yours.
Hi, thanks, Raman Abdullah. So, as there are more than 2 fielders behind square on the leg side, and this, as per the law, is not allowed and should be a no ball. Sure. So the bowlers and umpires shall call and signal a no ball, and so the appeal will not be. The appeal would be that the striker is not out hit wicket, as it's a no ball. So the striker can't be out hit wicket of a no ball.
Well done, Abi. Yeah, so just quoting the law in terms of hit wicket. So this meets all the requirements of hit wicket, but there's a big but, and the but in this case is because of the no ball, striker cannot be out hit wicket off a no ball. And obviously, being a no ball, ball will not count as one for the over and needs to be rebuilt. Next one, Tom, for 3 marks. The bowler had a towel tucked at the back of the pants, and as the bowler delivers the ball, the towel comes out of the pants and falls onto the wicket putting the bails
Right.
down at the non-striker's end. The ball that was delivered, the striker then get a faint edge on the delivery, which is caught by the keeper, and then there's a huge appeal. Answer the appeal and quote the relevant laws. So out or not out, and give your reasons.
Two usual hands up, Abdullah. This is a pretty straightforward scenario, so I'm going to wait for some fresh hands to take us through this one. Anybody who has not yet answered, this is a great opportunity for you to get your name on the honors board. Doesn't look like no new names want to be on the honors board, Abdullah. So we're going to give this one to Veronique. Veronique, please unmute your microphone and take us through the scenario.
Thank you so much again. On this scenario, first of all, the bowler, the bowler with his tower or her tower has dislodged the bells on the striker's wicket. That makes it a no ball. And whatever comes after that does not count, and the striker is not out. Since it is a no ball, he or she can't be out of a no ball court. Yeah.
So yeah, well done. So law tell us, ball that's delivered and either umpire to call and signal no ball, the bowler breaks the wicket at any time after the ball comes into play, and this shall include any clothing or other object that falls from the bowler and breaks the wicket, which in this case the towel fell onto the wicket. So yes, correctly call and signal no ball. The striker will not be out caught because the delivery is a no ball and you cannot be dismissed caught of a no ball, and ball not to count is one for the over and needs to be rebowled. Tom, next one for 6 marks. And it's always good to try to visualize these type of scenarios and to break it up into smaller pieces. It helps if you can visualize it and break it up. So visualize striker not offering a shot to a delivery, and then the delivery hits the front pad, and after clipping the pad, it goes through the keeper's legs. The batter then sets off for a single. The gully fielder swooped around, picked up the ball on the 30-yard circle. Seeing that the batters are still running and trying to make good their ground, they're still busy with the first run, the gully fielder throws the ball in the direction of the stumps. The throw was a bit wayward and hit the helmet that was placed behind the keeper. And then the ball, after hitting the helmet, it ricocheted onto the stumps at the striker's end, and the batters, the non-striker, was short of his ground. Huge appeal by the fielding side. Answer the appeal, quote your relevant laws, discuss the procedure for 6 marks.
Lots of hands were up, Abdullah, and then a few went down. I'm going to ask Ansh Shimpi to unmute his microphone and take us through the scenario, please, Ansh.
Yes, so this first I'll answer the appeal, which will be not out, because the fielder who threw the ball hit the helmet and the ball was dead at that time. So I will first give one leg by run to the batting side because they ran and he didn't attempt to play the ball. So it'll be a leg by run and not the batter's run. And 5 penalty runs to the batting side as well. 5 penalty runs will be awarded to the batting side. So I will signal that to the scorers.
So, and you mentioned that no shot was attempted. So, can we allow a leg by to be scored?
Oh, no, my bad. So this leg by will not be counted as well, but they will get 5 penalty runs of the ball hitting the helmet.
Are you sure that we are going to award 5 penalty runs for the ball hitting the helmet?
Not really sure.
The important part here, Ansh, is that the ball hit the pad when no shot was offered. Okay, it says the striker shoulders arms. What that means is the striker put his arms up above his or her shoulders. So that means they did not attempt a shot. And law tells us that we disallow all runs to the fielding side, to the batting side, including if the ball hits the helmet. Yes, it will become dead. You're correct there, but we will not award 5 penalty runs when the ball hits the helmet. Why? Because the ball hit the person of the striker, no shot was offered, and there was no evasive action taken by the striker. Okay, so if you cannot award leg buys, then you also cannot award 5 penalty runs for the ball hitting the helmet. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yes. I'm sorry.
No problem. Glad you learned something today.
Thanks, Ans. Thanks, Tom. To quickly go through the memo. So, law tell us ball that was delivered that strikes the person of the striker runs only to be scored if the umpire is satisfied that the striker either attempted to play at the ball with the bat or took evasive action. In this scenario, because the batter did not offer a shot, i.e., shouldered arms, leg by should not be awarded. So as soon as the ball hit the protective helmet that was placed behind the keeper, the ball becomes dead. Yes, we're happy with that. And because the ball became dead when it hit the helmet and then ricocheted onto the stumps, but anything after the ball hit the helmet, after the ball became dead, is irrelevant. So that's why the run out not to count. So that will be not out. No awarding of the 5 penalty runs to the batting side for the ball hitting the helmet. You need to return the batters back to their original ends, and the ball will count as one for the over in this scenario. Tom, question 17. There are two parts in this question. The first part is if the delivery was a fair delivery, and the second part if the delivery was a no ball. So let's first go through the scenario. First hand will answer if the delivery was a fair delivery, how will we handle it? What will we do? How many runs? So with 2 balls remaining in the last over and the batting side needs 3 to win, the striker slog sweeps, ball goes high up in the air, and the batters, they start to run. After they complete the first run and they're busy with the second run, and batters have not crossed for the second run, the non-striker willfully makes bodily contact with the bowler as the bowler is ready to catch the ball. The bowler then drops the ball and the batters then complete the second run. So if this was a fair delivery, there's now an appeal. Answer the appeal, discuss the procedure, and how many runs does the batting side require off the final ball?
We've got 2 hands up, Abdullah. I'm going to give this one to Temi Tope. Temi Tope, please unmute your microphone and take us through this scenario if this is a fair delivery.
Sorry, I'm trying to read the question again. Okay, so on this situation, they have 2 balls to come, two balls to be bowled in the final over. Then the side require 3 runs. Okay. Okay, so now it's saying the bowler dropped. Okay, Yeah, it was a fair delivery.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a fair delivery. So at this point, as I when the because the law says anytime there is a um is it distraction from a catch being made, yeah. So either of the batter would not be out, and there will be a 5 runs penalty awarded to the batting side. So because they've ran 1 run plus the 3 runs that they needed to win, plus the 5 penalty runs. So they need 8 runs. They now need 9 runs to win.
Okay, Temi Tope. It is
Yeah.
the batter who has obstructed the bowler from taking a catch. There is an appeal. You need to answer that appeal. Is the batter out or is the batter not out? And which batter is out if any batter is out?
Yes. My answer to the appeal will be out because
Okay.
he obstructed the bowler from taking the catch. So the
Okay.
batter at the strike is the one out.
So the
Even
striker
if they are
is out.
yes. Yes.
Yes. Why is the striker out even though it was the non-striker who caused the obstruction?
Because it says the person who played the ball is the one that takes the fall for his ball.
Okay.
All right.
So law tells us that if an obstruction prevents a catch from being taken and the delivery is a fair delivery, then the striker will be out obstructing the field, even if the obstruction was caused by the non-striker. Okay. So we've answered the appeal. We know that the striker is out obstructing the field. Now, how many runs are still needed to win? Temitope?
Yes, sir.
How many runs are still required? Because there's still one more ball to be bowled.
So now they require 8 runs.
Are you giving 5 penalty runs to the fielding side?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so remember we've already punished the striker by giving the striker out obstructing the field, even though the obstruction was caused by the non-striker. We don't generally in the laws of cricket, a team is not punished twice for the same offense. So are you still going to award 5 penalty runs to the fielding side?
No, I won't be awarding 5 penalty runs since we've given him out.
Okay, good. So now we need to decide how many runs are still required to win.
3 runs is still required to win.
They did complete a run. Did that run count or did that run not count?
No, it didn't count because the law says when there is a catch, even if they've run 2, we disallow all of that because it's a catch.
So it's not a catch. It's an obstruction that prevented a catch from being taken. You're quite right. No runs will be awarded. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good. Abdullah, you happy with that answer? Can we move on to the next scenario or the next part of this?
Yeah, just to highlight, the where you can get extra marks, they do if you put down 1 ball remaining in the over, incoming batter will be on strike to face the next delivery. There's where you get those extra marks. So the second part of this question, Tom, is exactly the same scenario, Tom, but in this case, the strikers and umpire called no ball as there were more than two fielders behind square on the leg side. Now there's an appeal. Exactly the same. Ball gets hit high up in the air. Bowler settles under the ball. Non-striker willfully went into the bowler and the bowler dropped the ball. But the only difference here is it's a no ball because there were more than two behind square on the leg side. So what will you do now? Who will someone be out or not? And how many runs to win?
We've got a new hand up, Abdullah. Azruddin Syed, please unmute your microphone and take us through this scenario when it is a no ball.
Yes, sir. Due to it is a new no ball, the obstruction made by the non-striker. So ultimately, he is going to be out. And if it is a no ball, then one penalty run of no ball should be provided to the batting side. Still, two more balls are remain, and they need to require two more runs.
Azruddin, did they complete a run before the obstruction?
But obstruction made for the catch being taken, so no runs will be count.
Remember, this was a no ball. So did they actually stop a catch from being taken? Or was a batter going to be dismissed out court?
No, batsman not going to be out caught on no ball, but still obstruction made to the. So I think so. One run for penalty, one run for no ball penalty.
Okay, Abdullah will tell us what the law says and whether or not that one run that was completed counts.
The difference between this case and the first scenario is the no ball, and it's a crucial difference because now, because of the no ball, a catch now cannot be taken. Because in the first scenario, as soon as a catch could be taken, no runs to be scored. But in this scenario, because a catch could not be taken, the batting side will get that completed run before the obstruction happened. So we'll give the 1 run penalty for the no ball, that will stand, and we will allow the 1 run that they completed, that first run that they completed, because the obstruction happened in the second run. So 2 runs will be added to the batting side. So the batting side will then need 1 run to win the game. And the incoming batter will be on strike because the non-strike.
It should be remain 2 balls, no, sir?
Yeah, I agree with you. There should be 2 balls remaining, 1 run and 2 balls remaining. 2 balls remaining because the ball was a no ball.
Yeah.
Okay, well done. Tom, next one. We're almost done. Batter plays the ball to deep square leg. The square leg fielder runs to retrieve the ball. While running, his hat accidentally fell from his head. He picks up the ball quite a few meters from the boundary and returns it to the keeper. While the ball is on its way to the keeper, the ball then hits the fielder's hat that accidentally fell off, and it bounces on that hat before reaching the keeper. The keeper then collects the ball, takes off the bails, and the striker is short of the popping crease, attempting to complete the second run. Huge appeal by the fielding side for 4 marks. Onto the appeal with the reference to the relevant laws. and discuss what you'll do.
Two hands up, Abdullah.
Mm-hmm.
They have answered multiple questions before. We're going to wait for more, hopefully new hands. Range, please unmute your microphone and take us through question 18.
Good evening. Since the head fell accidentally, he did not do it on purpose, so that will not count, and the striker will not be out. Oh, so the striker will be out because he was still out of his ground.
Abdullah?
Yes, well done. It is not illegal fielding in this instance. Why? Because the hat accidentally fell from the fielder's person. Therefore, the striker is run out in this scenario. The run out happened on the second run, so that first run that they completed, that one run will count. The new batter then will be on strike for the next delivery unless it was the last ball of the over. So well done. Tom, we're almost done. Next question is, we're going to have a look at the video. In the video, tell me, is the batter out stumped or do you say it's unfair play? And what actions will you take as the umpire? So look at the keeper, look at what the keeper does. I'll play it again. Are you going to give the batter out stumped or do you think this is unfair? And if you do think it's unfair, what is the punishment for 6 marks?
3 hands up, Abdullah. Let's take the hand who have answered the least questions so far this evening. Azruddin Syed, please unmute your microphone and take us through question 20.
Yes, sir. It is look like a deception to the striker, which is illegal. So we are going to be award 5 penalty runs to the batting side. Ball does not count one of the over. Batter should choose who's going to be take the strike for the next delivery.
Any runs scored, Azruddin?
If it is a white ball, then we have to be given 1 white run.
What about the run in progress?
It is also count, sir. Any run which is completed and run in progress, both are count.
That's correct. That's the only part in the law where the run in progress counts even though they have not crossed. Okay.
Yeah, well done. So this is a definitely willful deception by the keeper, and batter will not be dismissed. 5 penalty runs, ball not to count. That run that they were busy with, that run will count. So in total, 6 will go to the score. 5 will be penalty runs, and the 1 run that they were busy with. Batters at the wicket to decide who faces the next delivery, and inform everyone and report this to the governing body. Tom, another video. Have a look at it. Answer the appeal, and what actions will you take as the umpire? So you can see the ball goes against the wicket. Is the batter bowled? Is he not bowled? What is your call? Why?
It's a pretty straightforward scenario, Abdullah. Yeah. We're going to wait and hopefully get a new hand for this one. There's 4 hands up at the moment. They have all answered. We will go with the candidate who has answered the least of the 4. Cebo Kadushe, please unmute your microphone and take us through question 21.
The ball is above waist height. Therefore, the ball is a no ball. The batter is not out because the ball is above waist height, and because the ball was directed at the batter. Therefore, we, as an umpire, will give the warning to the bowler of a ball directed to the body of the batter. So that will be how we'll be able to answer that.
Is it a first and final warning, or does he get a lot of warnings for those?
Definitely, we will give him a first and final warning for that dangerous ball that he bowled to the striker.
And how long does that warning last for? Does it last for the over or the innings or the match?
It lasts for the inning. Yeah, it lasts for the inning.
There we go.
Yeah, well done. He's definitely noble, buff, waist height, striker standing upright at the popping crease, so cannot be bowled of get bowled of a no ball. Yes, it was directed at the batter, so you will give the bowler Lungi his first and final warning, and this to apply throughout the innings because it's a no ball. Ball then needs to be rebowled. 2 balls left in the over. For the purpose of this was, I know it was a T20 game, and T20 there were free hits, but we're covering the laws of cricket in this course, so there will be no free hits. There will be no free hits. There are no free hits in the law, so don't put free hit in your answer. Tom, we're almost done. 3 more questions, then we're done. For 8 marks, what will you, the umpire, do? And you need to start from the beginning up until the end. How will you deal with a bowler that runs in the protected area? So what will you do the first time? How many times are you going to allow the bowler? And the last time, what are you going to do? So take it from the start. What will you do with the bowler right up until the end when you're going to do something to the bowler for 8 marks? In your hands, Tom.
We've got 2 usual hands up, Abdullah. Just gonna wait to see if anybody else would like to attempt this answer. If not, we will go to Abi, top of the class. Please unmute your microphone and take us through this scenario.
Okay, thanks, Tom and Abdullah. So, if a bowler keeps running into the protected area, in the first instance, when the bowler does this, and the bowlers and umpire, when the ball is dead, shall caution the bowler and also inform the strikers and umpire of this contravention of the law, and this caution shall apply to the bowler throughout the innings. And when he does it again, so the bowlers and umpire shall issue a final warning to that bowler, and that warning again will apply to that bowler throughout the innings. And then if the same bowler again does it the third time, then when the ball is dead, the bowlers and umpire shall ask the fielding side captain to suspend that bowler from bowling in that innings. So, and then he'll inform the other umpire and all the relevant parties like the captain of the fielding side and the batters and everything. So, and one more thing, this is the only law I think where a player is given 3 attempts, right? To contravene the law.
Abi, what's going to happen to the rest of the over?
Okay, the rest of the over, yeah. Whenever that happens, the rest of the over should be bowled by any other player who shall not have bowled any part of the previous over and who shall not bowl any part of the next over.
Good. Just a point there, Abi. Sorry, before you go, Abdullah.
Mm-hmm.
The bowlers also get 2 warnings when they bowl short pitched deliveries or dangerous short pitched deliveries.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I missed that. I thought this was on. Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks, Tom.
So yeah, well done, Abhi. So yeah, first time it happens, caution. You'll inform fielding captain, batters, bowler. Caution apply throughout the innings. Second time it happens, final warning. Will apply throughout the innings. You'll inform everyone again. Third time, direct the captain to remove the bowler, suspend the bowler, over to be completed by another bowler. Didn't bowl the previous over, nor is he allowed to bowl the next over. And Abhi, this year, always points here. Inform everyone and report. This is where you score those extra marks. So don't forget to put these whenever it's applicable.
Yeah, sure, Abdullah. Thanks.
Tom, the penultimate question. Look at the pick, and let's say you, the bowler in umpire, feels that this is or this was deliberate. Was a deliberate front foot no ball for 4 marks. What actions, if any, will you take as the bowlers in umpire?
2 hands up. Let's go with Ansh Shimpi. Ansh, please unmute your microphone and take us through this scenario.
Okay, so looking at the picture, it looks like a very deliberate front foot no ball. So the bowlers and umpire should immediately call and signal a no ball, and when the ball is dead, he should inform the fielding side captain to suspend the bowler immediately from bowling, and also inform the other umpire of the reason why you had told the fielding captain to do this, and the bowler should not be allowed to bowl again in the innings. And if it's mid over, then another bowler should complete the innings which has not bowled the previous or will bowl the next over. And inform and report everyone.
That's it. Lovely. That is full marks. Don't throw away that last point. You can always score a point with inform and report. Yeah, well done. Tom?
But Abdullah, one thing, he shall not be allowed to bowl again in the match, right? Is it
No,
innings?
it is a innings, so not allowed to bowl again in that innings.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Tom, last question. Then I'll hand over to you. So, what will you do if a player that went off to get treatment returns to the field without the permission of the umpire and then comes into contact with the ball for 5 marks? What will happen? The player now came onto the field without permission and touches the ball. What procedure will you follow? 5 marks.
We've got a couple of hands up, Abdullah. They've both answered questions before. I'm going to wait, seeing that this is the last question, for a new hand to attempt the answer. Another old hand has come up. I'm going to wait a few more seconds. And hopefully we can get a newbie to answer the last question of the evening. Looks like the newbies are still hiding in the shadows. So we'll go with Tosif Patel. Please unmute your microphone and give us the answer to the last revision question.
Okay, good evening, everyone. If the player is coming without the umpire's permissions on the field and he touches the ball become a dead immediately. The batter who runs for that delivery, the runs will be count that one. If they not cross, that run will not count. Completed run will be count. And the 5 penalty runs out to the batting sides. And ball does not count, one for the over. And the bowler have to the reball.
What's the
And
last?
any no ball or white, penalty run go with the penalty 5 runs, and the runs is completed. Let's go to the betting side.
Inform and
Inform and report to governing body for the incident.
Yeah, don't forget that last point, inform and report. That's definitely a mark.
Thank
Tom,
you.
thank you so much. Handing back to you.
Thank you very much, Abdullah. And thank you to all of you for your attendance and interaction so far. I can see quite a few confident answerers who are ready for the exam. But I also see in the meeting room a few quiet candidates who are maybe not yet ready for the exam. You've still got about 10 days or 9 days before the first exam date. So I'm now going to take you through the logistics for the exams and what they look like in terms of timing. So today we are halfway down this slide. We are on our revision lecture on Tuesday, the 23rd of June. It is our last lecture. And I can guarantee you, if you're able to answer all of the example questions that we have gone through in the first 5 lectures and all of the revision questions that we went through today, if you're able to answer all of those questions on your own, then you will be in a good position to pass Cricket South Africa's Level 3 exam. So how and when is the exam going to happen? First and foremost, I need to remind you that members of umpires associations in South Africa cannot write the exam online. They need to write their exam at their home association. So if you are a member of Boland Cricket Umpires Association, you need to contact the executive committee and find out when they are hosting level 3 exams. They won't necessarily be hosting at the same time as Western Province Cricket Umpires Association are hosting. And you will have to write in person by hand at Boland Park or whichever chosen venue at whichever chosen date your association have set. Western Province Cricket Umpires Association members will be writing at Newlands Cricket Ground. I will confirm the exact meeting room in the next week to let you know where and when you will be writing physically. Everybody else, if you are not a member of an umpires association in South Africa, you will be writing the Cricket South Africa Level 3 exam online with us. Of course, the lectures have been free, but an exam fee applies for everyone who wants to write the exam online. The exam fee is 400 rands if you're in South Africa, payable to Western Province Cricket Umpires Association's standard bank account, which the details are provided on the emails that I sent as lecture reminders as well as lecture recording emails. If you are outside of South Africa, the exam fee is $40 payable into our PayPal account, also on the emails that are sent regularly. Please, ladies and gents, send your proof of payment to training@wpcua.co.za from the email address that you want your exam link email to be sent to. Okay, do not get your bank to automatically send the proof of payment to training@wpcua.co.za. Send the proof of payment from your bank to yourself, and then from the email address that you want the exam online registration email to be sent to, send that proof of payment. If you are paying for more than one person, please list the email address and the name and surname of all the people that you are paying for. And that name and surname needs to be what the candidates would like to have on their certificate. Online exam links will be sent to email addresses 24 hours before your exam. So when are the exam date options? There are 2 exam date options. Thursday, the 2nd of July, 6 p.m. until 9 p.m. It's a 3-hour exam. Or Saturday, the 4th of July, 9 a.m. until midday. And all of these times are Central African time, which is South Africa's time zone. So if you are choosing to write your exam on Thursday, the 2nd of July, and you'll be writing online, you will get your 2 emails from Exam Online latest Wednesday, the 1st of July at 6 p.m. And I will show you exactly what to do with those 2 emails shortly. Exam results, we commit to sending them to you by email on Thursday, the 16th of July. And for those of you who pass, we commit to sending you your certificates a week later, Thursday, the 23rd of July. So those are the logistics that are following this course. Please, a reminder, if you do not make the deadline of Tuesday, the 30th of June for your exam fee, there will be a penalty. You will have to pay an extra 200 rands or an extra $20. So if you do not pay by Tuesday, the 30th of June at 6 p.m. South African time, and you pay an hour late or a day late, then you will pay 600 rands if you're in South Africa, or you will pay $60 if you're outside of South Africa. If you have paid your exam fee on time, but you decide to change your exam date, so when you sent through your proof of payment on Tuesday afternoon, the 30th of June, you told us that you were going to write the exam on Thursday, the 2nd of July, but you change your mind or circumstances make it such that you have to, or you can only now write on Saturday, the 4th of July. If you tell us your change after Tuesday, the 30th of June at 6 p.m., then a change fee of 200 rands or $20 will apply. Okay, this is because Exam Online, they charge us a change fee for late changes or late submissions of exam candidates. So that is why we are implementing that penalty of 200 rands or $20 if you pay late or if you change your exam date after the 30th of June, 6 p.m. South African time. Right, so that is the logistics that are going to follow for the next week and a bit. What does the email look like? The email that you will receive will come from Exam Online, and it will look something like this. So the first email, you'll get 2 emails from Exam Online: registration information and system check. System check you can use up to any time from when you receive the email up until your login time for the exam. You can copy the URL from HTTPS all the way. It's quite a long-winded address. And please paste it into Google Chrome. And this process is to see if your device and your internet connection are good enough as required for the exam. You will have to go through the same systems check test before the exam when you log in. So I'm going to do that now because I'm going to log in now. I will just show you how I logged in. I went to the email registration information. I copied the URL and I pasted it into a Google Chrome window. And that is your login page. Then I went and I copied my user ID provided by Exam Online, and I pasted the user ID into here. And then I copied as well the password and I pasted it into here and I click sign me in. So you don't need to try and type in that complicated password, just copy and paste it. You will see that it says the duration of this exam is 150 minutes. That's 2.5 hours. You will all have 3 hours and 45 minutes. The exam is supposed to be a 3-hour exam, but because we know some of you type slowly and because we know some of you might have connection issues and it might take a while to navigate from one page to the next page, from one question to the next question, we give you a maximum of 3 hours and 45 minutes. So you click on start. There should only be one exam for you to click on to start. And as mentioned, you will have to go through the exam systems check before you start the exam. Even if you've done a systems check a day before, an hour before, you will have to do it again when you log into the exam. A privacy policy for you to read and terms of use for you to accept and continue. Now we're going to go into the systems check process. We click on begin process. The first thing that it's checking is our internet connectivity. And once you get a green light, it tells you that the system is good enough, your internet connection is good enough. There we go, it's come on. So our face needs to be inside that circle. So I'm going to move around, and the artificial intelligence proctoring that is going to be done during the exam is going to compare the picture that you take now here with what it sees of you during the exam. So be in a position that you are going to be in for most of the exam. Don't look sideways, don't look up, don't look down, look towards your screen, and then click on, when all 3 tick boxes are green, click my picture. So we've done that. Then we go to save and next. And now we have to take a picture of our ID. Your ID can either be your national identity document, or it can be your passport, or it can be your driver's license. I'm not using any of those for this demonstration. I'm just using a random piece of paper. What's important is for you to get it nice and close to the screen so it fills up most of the page, and hold it still so that the wording is legible. Okay, picture taken, save and next. So now we're going to check that our computer or our device is able to share the screen, and you need to share the entire screen. It's going to ask, Google Chrome is going to ask you if you want to share your screen. You click on allow, and then make sure you are clicked on entire screen, and then you click the entire screen, and then you click on share, and it is telling us your system is set for screen sharing. We're just one click away from finishing the process. You can click on next. Now, we've had incidents in the past where candidates have clicked on stop sharing. As soon as you click on stop sharing, it will immediately disqualify you from the exam. So please do not click on stop sharing. What you can do is you can click on hide, and that will take away that pop-up menu. Click on next, and it is now going to connect me to my proctor. Well, it's firstly tells me that your device is all set for the online proctored exam. Let's initiate the authorization process. The authorization process is going to involve your proctor checking your room to ensure that you are alone, to ensure that there is no phone in your vicinity, to ensure that there is no course material lying around in your room. So I'm going to click on continue, and it's going to pop up into Abdullah the proctor's waiting list, and then Abdullah is going to accept my request and then is going to be able to communicate with me. There is my proctor, and Abdullah is going to ask me a couple of questions or give me a couple of instructions.
So Tom, I've checked your details. I've checked your ID. I've confirmed that it is you. I now need to do a security check of your room. Can you show me your room, please? Use your laptop. Tilt your laptop. I need to see there's no one else in the room with you. There's no other communication devices, no other laptops, phones, nothing in front of you. I see a laptop there at the back.
It's off. It's off. I promise.
Okay. Yes, so I've done my security check. I've checked your details, Tom. I'm happy. I'm now going to authorize you.
Thank you. Okay. You have been authorized. Best of luck with your exam. Then you can click on begin examination. Please note that if you are authorized by your proctor before 6 p.m. on Thursday, the 2nd of July, or before 9 a.m. on Saturday, the 4th of July, you will be able to read the exam instructions, but you will not be able to begin examination. It will keep you in a holding room until your start time has arrived. Okay, so our start time has arrived. So we are in the exam, and we see top of the screen our countdown timer. Please keep an eye on that. It's different for everyone because you will be let into the exam room at different times, but you all will be counting down from 3 hours 45 minutes. You will see the questions on the left with the mark allocations in brackets in bold, and you need to click into the chat box or the answer box, and you need to type your answers here. A good idea, if there are more than one sub questions in a question, is type in 1.1 and then 1.2 answer here, 1.3 answer, and 1.4 also answered. A few candidates have asked if they are allowed paper to write some calculations on to do their workings? The answer is no. You need to do your workings here, and you can even type in numbers, so you can do all your workings and then remove them once you're done. So only your device, whether it's a laptop, whether it's a tablet, whether it's a desktop or a phone, only your device is allowed to be used. No pen, no paper to do workings on. You are allowed a bio break. You're allowed 2 bio breaks, maximum 3 minutes each. The way that you ask to go on your bio break is the easiest way is just to click on this bottom left icon, which looks like a clock with a pause icon in front of it. Take a break. When you click on it, your 3-minute bio break starts. When you come back, you simply click on a resume. Okay. You can also chat to your proctor by clicking on this icon top right. May I go to the toilet? But we will be proctoring a lot of candidates. We might not see your request quickly, so rather just click on the icon bottom left to go to the toilet. Okay. You can also remove this chat box if you want to, and the proctor will communicate to you also via the chat box. If you have removed it and the proctor sends you a message, it will pop back up. Okay. So I'm going to close it just so that we can see all of our questions. On the right of the screen, you can see that since I answered question 1 and I clicked on next, then question 1 is now green. It means that I have answered question 1. Question 2, I have now answered. I go next, also answered. Question 3, I'm not sure of. It's a difficult question. I want to come back to it. So what am I going to do? I'm going to mark for review. So then it's blue and it's a circle. And I know that I'm going to need to come back to it. I go next. You see it stays blue. It didn't go green like the 2 that I had previously answered. You can see as well, while I'm talking, there are artificial intelligence proctoring flags coming up. It says speaking detected or lip movement detected. Please try and not read your questions out loud, because then you will continually get flagged for lips moving detected or speaking detected. Not allowed. And if you have too many red flags, we might dismiss you from the exam. A red flag that is immediately dismissible offense is if you have a phone and it is quite sneaky, but the artificial intelligence will not flag it to you that a phone has been detected. It flags it to the proctor that a phone has been detected, and then we will check the video. And if we do confirm that it is a phone that is detected, then we will dismiss you from the exam and we will not mark your paper. Another dismissible offense is if you try and copy and paste. So if I've got the presentation open here and I try and copy some law and I go back to the exam, firstly, it will tell me that I have been away. It'll give me a warning. You are not allowed to navigate away from the exam screen. 2 more attempts will lead to disqualification from the exam. Okay? So please do not navigate away from the exam screen. The only reason we give you 3 strikes is because it could be by mistake that you click on one of the other buttons on your menu and go to a different screen. But you cannot copy and paste. The program doesn't allow it, and it flags with the proctor that you attempted to paste, copy and paste. Okay, so do not attempt to copy and paste. Your proctor will be notified. You will be dismissed for that. Okay, what else is worth noting on the exam screen here? Please do not click on submit exam. Always click on next when you're done with the question. Only click on submit exam when you have answered all of your questions. In the Cricket South Africa Level 3 exam, there are 27 questions, if I'm not mistaken. So make sure all 27 questions are green before you click on submit exam. If you do click on submit exam, it will tell you that, are you sure you want to submit the test? You've only answered 4 and you've marked 1 for review. 20 questions are still not answers. So go back and carry on. But please try as far as possible not to click on submit exam, rather click on next so you can go to the next question. Okay, are there any questions related to the online exam while I've got the demo open that I can answer? We will take hands now for questions on the online exam. If there are no questions on the online exam, then we will go to the questions in the chat box. Veronique, you've got your hand up. Please unmute your microphone. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much. I just wrote my question. You say nothing's allowed, not paper, not a pen. How about calculator? Is it allowed?
Yes, calculator is the only piece of equipment that you are allowed to bring into the exam room, apart from your device that you're going to answer the exam using. So yes, a calculator, but you're not allowed to use your cell phone as a calculator. You need a normal calculator. I hope that answers your question, Vero. Yes? Good. Are there any more questions on the use of Exam Online's exam portal? Most of you will have used it for level 2, so I'm sure you're all quite comfortable. So I'm going to submit exam, even though I haven't answered all of the questions, just to show all of you again how to submit. You simply click on submit, and once you submit, it will tell you that the exam has been successfully submitted. Please wait while the recording is being saved. If this process exceeds 5 minutes, then you can leave. It tells you your exam has been submitted. You may now close this window. Okay, so very user-friendly, very simple. Please do not attempt to cheat. You will be caught, you will be expelled. And we have had a candidate who was supposed to write level 2 who got expelled. We do take the security and the integrity of this exam very seriously. Please, it's part of your values as an umpire to always be honest and have integrity. So we expect that to be upheld during this exam. I'm going to stop sharing and then I'm going to go into the chat box and we're going to start going through all the questions that have been posed while we were presenting. So I've already answered Bradley Krotz's question about the 30-minute extension or the moving out of the lunch when 9 wickets are down. Francisco had a question about the second slip attempting a run out after the ball had been passed to him by the wicketkeeper. Abdullah, if you as the bowlers and umpire see your partner at striker's end give the striker out in that scenario, and I think in that video the strikers and umpire did give the striker out, run out. What can you assist your bowlers end, umpire, or do you just stick with your partner's decision?
No, Tom, you have to call your partner or walk towards your partner, inform your partner what you have seen, give your partner your reason, and you can quote the law as well. You can tell your partner, keeper pass the ball to slip them through the wicket down. Remember, it happens quickly. Sometimes strikers in was focused on the line and maybe thought the keeper threw the ball. You need to relay that message to your colleague. You cannot stand at strikers at bowlers in and just shrug your shoulders. It's not under my jurisdiction, so I'm not going to get involved. You have to get involved by informing your colleague what you've seen. This you state the facts. It is still your colleague's decision. That falls under your colleague's jurisdiction. But you need to inform your colleague what you've seen, and you can tell your colleague, ball is dead, keeper pass the ball to the slip, so the ball should be dead. But the final decision still lies with your colleague. If after informing your colleague and your colleague tells you, no, I'm sticking with my decision, then there's nothing you can do because that call is your colleague's call. It falls under his or her jurisdiction, but you've given the information to your colleague. It's up to him or her to take it. Over, Tom.
Thanks, Tula. Yes, good umpiring practice in any controversial appeal is always to come together as a bowler's end umpire and a striker's end umpire. It will give both of you some time to think about it, and it will give both of you a chance to express what you've seen and your interpretation based on the relevant law. So good question, Cisco. Thanks for the answer, Tula. The next question in the chat box was Veronique asking if she can use a calculator in the Cricket South Africa Level 3 exam online and also those writing at Newlands in person. Yes, you can and are encouraged to bring along your calculator. That is the only piece of equipment apart from the device that you'll be using for your online exam that is allowed in the exam room. For those of you writing at Newlands Cricket Ground, please do not bring your study material up to the exam room with you. You can study in your car until as late as you want to. When you come up to the exam room, you only need your pen and a ruler and a calculator. That is all. Just to make life easier for everyone, do not even bring your phone with you to the exam room. Thank you very much. Before we close off, I'm going to request all of you who are still with us to please put on your cameras. We're going to see the soon-to-be famous faces who are going to be on television umpiring SA20 or IPL or the 100 or Major League Cricket in the US or Pakistan Super League. Isanula, I don't know what league you have in Afghanistan, but we will still see you umpiring an international one day, hopefully. So I think all the cameras are activated. It is up to the candidates just to switch their cameras on and give us a wave. Ansh from Tanzania, thanks for joining us. Bradley from Cape Town, thanks for joining us. Our Vice President, Mustafa Obere, has been very quiet. I haven't heard a peep from him in all the lectures, but I have seen that he's been to all the lectures. So all the best to you and everyone else for the Cricket South Africa Level 3 exam.
See you, Tom.
Ladies and gents, I'd like to take this final opportunity to wish you all the best for the exam and also for your cricket umpiring career. Abdullah and I will be following with great interest. I will be sending out emails for exam candidates who has paid and who has not. Please remember the deadline, 30th of June, 6 p.m. South African time. That is next week, Tuesday. Thank you very much, Theo, for also putting on your camera. So all the best to everyone. Thank you once again for your attendance and your interaction. We will see you on one of our Make the Call live lectures in the future, hopefully with a international umpire to join us. Unfortunately, we couldn't get a ICC elite panel umpire to join us for any one of our lectures this time around, but we do always keep trying to attract them. They are very busy, but when they are available, we'll get them on the show. Thank you very much, Abdullah, for all your knowledge sharing and guidance. Thank you to everyone. Good luck and goodbye.
Thanks, Tom and Abdullah. Take care.